Absolutely honking again as Rangers' torrid away form continues in the Scottish Premiership as Rangers draw one each at Dens Park. It's so frustrating. Again, look, we're going to be talking about it in today's video. Obviously, people are going to be talking about the absentees, the fact that there's loads of players missing. But surely, even players that are on the park should be able to do the basics that are there as a footballer, the basic things, being able to pass the ball, winning tackles, and winning the second balls. Rangers just couldn't do either of them in tonight's game, and we're just honking all over the park. We're just stinking, and surely it comes down to the manager's position as being untenable. How can we continue week in and week out serving up this crap, especially away from home, and have this manager still in the door? I just don't get it. We've had 3 points. I think it was 3 points on either side of the Old Firm game. It's guff. It's so freaking bad. It's unbelievable. I just losing track of what actually our form is like. Let me get this up quickly. So a draw again tonight. A draw against Easter Road. We beat Celtic. We draw with Motherwell. And we lose to St Mirren. So in the last 5 games, as stated, we've got 3 points in our last 5 games. Either side of Celtic. So 6 points. But the 5 points have come from Dundee. Oh my, it's so bad. It's actually so bad. When you look at it even more, it's so freaking bad. And how can a Rangers manager survive this? So the standards this low nowadays. Is the bar this low nowadays where we're just expecting to draw against Dundee, expecting to draw against Hibs, losing to the likes of St Mirren, drawing to Motherwell? Can we not win games? As stated, everyone can point to, yes, players are missing and all the rest of it, but our away form has been absolutely woeful and stinking all season. So it's not just about the players not being there today. Either way, they're professional footballers. They're players that should be able to do the basics right, as I stated in the intro. We're not winning the second balls. We're not winning tackles. We're passing freaking all over the shop. The passing is horrendous. And we just look so poorly coached. And the players they just haven't got any confidence by the looks of them. It's frustrating. I'm pissed off. And I want change. How can we continue this at Glasgow Rangers to be having this record? How far are we behind in the league right now? 41 points we're on. They're on 56. Fucking hell. Guys, it's January. It's embarrassing. How can a manager still be in a position after all of this? The form this season is diabolical. How can this be? Every single week we're serving up this dross and we've still got the manager still in through the door. It's frustrating. We're not even in the market either. We're not even in the transfer market. People were talking and going, well, players are injured, players are this, players are suspended, we haven't got any quality. Well, why are we not dipping into the market and getting players in through the door? Whether that be beg, borrow and stealing. Whether that just been trying to find, there's surely better players out there that can come and be reinforcements. I know people are saying we haven't got the cash, but beg, borrow, steal. Find some players. It's freaking frustrating, man. The team is absolutely stinking. The team is honking. Yilmaz was bad again today, to be fair. Yilmaz was really bad. Loads of players were really, really bad. Cherney again gets a goal. Egerman gets an assist. Again, they're the only 2 good players that we actually have in our team. Funnily enough, they're the only 2 good players that we have in our team. One of them is being linked with the January move to the Premier League, and the other one being Cherney's being linked with Villarreal, and he's on loan. He's not even our player. What have you got to be excited about with this Rangers team? It's almost like everyone's just went, fuck it, the season's done, let him do his thing, and wait till the summer and see what happens. How can we just keep waiting till the summer and see what happens? The manager's a freaking fool. He doesn't even know what he's doing. It's not, and he blames. I'm sick of this guy's excuses as well. He's excuse central, constantly coming out every single day talking about excuses. What was his one this week? That our budgets are different to Celtic. And to be fair, I had myself nodding my head to Chris Sutton, which I found really weird because the guy talks absolute nonsense half of the time, Chris Sutton. But I'm sitting there going, actually, Chris, you're talking actual sense. Philippe Clement talking about budgets before the game and about how much disparity there is between Rangers and Celtic. Phil, we're drawing on Old Firm wins this season in the league, and we obviously got the cup robbed of us. It's not Celtic that's the problem, it's the other shite that we're playing in the league that's the problem. So why is he constantly talking about excuses, giving excuses about crap like, oh, we've got different budgets to Celtic? It's got nothing to do with Celtic. We're in this position because we can't beat the other teams within the division. Our away form is absolutely stinking. I can't even think of a manager that's had a worse time than Philippe Clement. And people will point out to Paul Le Guen and Pedro Canacia. And maybe I'm just forgetting Pedro Canacia, but I can't remember it being this bad. He was out the door before it got this bad. When has it become acceptable as Rangers Football Club to have these subpar standards? And I say it every single live stream, every single time I come onto a live stream. I don't care where Glasgow Rangers is in a rebuild. You have no excuses about beating these teams in the division. No excuse, because if he wants to talk about budgets like he likes to do every single week, they have a fraction of our budget. They have a fraction of our budget. All of the teams that we've drawn and dropped points to over this period, look at this, it's absolutely stinking. It's honking. Absolutely I'm looking at this form. It's horrible. Last win was against Celtic. Before that, we beat Dundee just on the 21st of December. But look at that. From the 13th of December, look at the state of that. Absolutely disgusting. That Glasgow Rangers. That's not the Glasgow Rangers that I know. Well, it is starting to be the Glasgow Rangers that I know in this modern era. But that's not the Glasgow Rangers I grew up supporting. Those standards. That's disgusting. And that needs to be eradicated. He needs to go tonight and be eradicated. I don't know what we're waiting for with him. Is someone waiting there, sitting there, waiting to think that this guy is going to give us is going to turn the ship around? Is there anything, anybody seen anything that suggests that he's going to turn anything around? He beat Celtic. Yes, he beat Celtic. Well done. He beat Celtic. Celtic's not been the problem. He just can't beat anybody else. Yes, he's done all right in Europe, but he can't beat the other teams in the division. So how long are we going to be kicking this coke can down the frickin' thing? There's managers available now. People talking about Sean Dyche. People talking about Muscat. Go get them and at least give them some time to play around and put their coaching philosophies on the team. He's done nothing. He came in. He got a new manager bounce. Fair enough. We were on the floor when the pressure was off. He got a new manager bounce and we won the League Cup. I was expected. Celtic went into the competition. He won the League Cup against Aberdeen. Expected. Celtic weren't in there. He never won an Old Firm game for God knows how long. He bottled a league title for us against the likes of Motherwell and Ross County. People seem to forget that. We were at the top of the table, troops, with like 5-6 games to go. And yes, we drew to Celtic, but our title race was over when we lost to Motherwell at Ibrox and drew and couldn't beat Ross County in a back-to-back game. That's where our title race went. Why is he not being held accountable for bottling a league title? An absolute bottle merchant bottled the league title. That was our league title ready to go. I've never seen a Rangers team capitulate like that. And that's last season, going into this season as well, talking about, slagging off Michael Beale, and rightfully so, he was crap as well. But slagging off Michael Beale about how many injuries he had and why the team's poorly coached beforehand. He had a full summer with this team, and they're constantly injured. We've got massive amounts of injuries just constantly building up all of the time. So injuries are piling up way more than they were beforehand. And now we're in a crisis after he slagged off Michael Beale for them having mass amounts of injuries. He's then talking about that we'll see this team and what they're going to be like. I'm waiting in January, mate. I don't even know how far. How far are we behind in the league table now? 15 points. If I wouldn't laugh, I would sit here and cry. Because 15 points is January. It's embarrassing. And we're just lucky, to be fair, we'll finish second because everyone else is crap within the division, which just makes my argument even worse. It makes the case even worse. The fact that, we're absolute stinking, having the worst season of our lives, we're still kind of comfortably second with the game in hand, just goes to show that the teams he's dropping points again are absolutely woeful. And where are Dundee sitting in the league table? 7th. Right, whoa, fucking hell, great for them. Ross County, Hibs stinking as well. St Mirren stinking. Motherwell stinking. All crappy teams that we just can't beat. It's untenable. And I can't believe how low Rangers are sinking by having these stinking standards. It's absolutely bonkers, mate. It's absolutely bonkers. What's everyone saying here? You're crying. I'm not crying, mate. And people sitting around calling me a fake fan. Who's calling me a fake? Right. Let's put this one out. This going to put this one to bed, guys. Right? Because I'm kind of sick of this. Maybe it's because of my accent. People think I'm a fake fan. But go onto my X profile, right? Dan Grant 57. Right. I'll stick my X profile in here for you. Right. And I'll pin it so you can all check it out. All right. People calling me a fake fan. Right, go to my X profile. There's my username. And go to media. Once you click on media, scroll down. And you'll see I've been posting about Rangers since 2010. So there you go. Hopefully that one will put it to bed, all right? Okay? Because I keep seeing this all the time. I don't know if it's coming from... if it's just coming from the trolls. But there you go. You've got it. It's a pinned comment. Go to my X profile. Dan Grant 57. Go to media. And you'll see that I've been posting about Rangers since 2010. So there you go. But either way, that's not about me. It's not about that. But it's absolutely woeful. I'm absolutely raging. And we have nothing to play for. Absolutely nothing to play for in this league. What have we got? We got Europe. And to be fair, I wouldn't be surprised if we actually go and get a result against Manchester United. Because he can play against them, to be fair. So it is what it is. But yeah, guys, that's enough. Do let me know your thoughts on this one. Philippe Clement. Is anyone there wanting Philippe Clement or not? Does anyone actually want him to stay? George says, why since 2010? Well, because I made my X profile in 2010. So I can't necessarily prove you any more than that in social media proof, can I? 2010. Obviously, I didn't start supporting in 2010. It's just my X profile. It was started in 2010. So there you go. It's just the social media proof I can give you if that's what you're wanting. Anyway, troops, I'll see you all right. I'll crack on. I'll see you all later. Check my X profile out and whatnot, and I'll see you all in